What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee and Rusty from Champions Chat, and I'm here with a broken friggin' eye to show you. It's not actually broken, it just hurts a lot. To show you Seth Rollins, the radical revolutionary.
Very punk rock.
Yeah, so I cannot look at him and not think Chris Angel mind freak. I don't know. Do you get that vibe? Is there any? I mean, do you see anything other than Squall from Final Fantasy VIII or Chris Angel?
I think, yeah. I mean, I don't like Seth Rollins. First of all, this just to me says avoid, stay away, scary Uncle Gary, if you know what I mean. Like this whole outfit, this whole vibe. He's wearing a bearskin rug as a jacket, got his chest hair exposed, has a heart icon. He just looks like he's heading for some of those parties where you put your keys in a fishbowl at the end of the night. You know.
There was so many things in there I want to pick apart, but dang. Dang.
Now,
on that note,
I'm a notorious Seth Rollins hater. So let's see if Lee can make yes, Zoolander 2. That is a great way to put it. That is a much more complimentary way to put it.
I figured out I mean, Chris Angel obviously was the inspiration for this too. But have you ever seen the movie Burt Wonderstone? It was Michael Scott from The Office and Jim Carrey. And Jim Carrey's like this magician that looks... I mean, he looks like Jim Carrey from that movie. So there you go. All right, well, I'm going to stop talking about that. So if you've seen our videos, you know that I personally would have liked this model to be on AJ Styles or anybody because we already have an Acrobat New Gen Seth. But... I think I'm going to make you a believer here. We are on my CC account, not the Candy Store account. So Russell Brand lookalike here, Platinum Patrick, is gonna not hit as hard. We'll have to do some mental math to make sure it happens. But here's the other things that we want to take into account. One, I don't have the moment unlocked on my account, so there is a moment. Two, we don't have the Seth Rollins gear on this account. And three, we don't have the Seth Rollins plate. And I know. I'm like, guys, we could just wait. You know, we could power rate him next week. But here's the thing. I already hit enough damage with this guy before all that I'm just going to tell you that those things are icing on the friggin' cake, or freaking cake in this place. Yes, Showtime Chemo, we didn't need a third Acro Seth, but whatever. I'm not going to argue or complain anymore about what is. I'm just going to acknowledge it is what it is. So here's how we're going to run him. And I'm going to run him the Whaley and not Whaley version so you can see the difference. But it's going to be the 7 MP 450 splash. Steal damage. Choose a 7x1 area to make into 1 turn countdown gems that will make 5 random gems into multiply gems of strength 3. Not super impressive yet, but we'll get there. The 7 MP belly to back suplex, deal damage, choose 5 gems to make into blue gems, and a reversal. If you get stunned, you deal damage, increase your blue gem damage by 147% for 2 turns. Then we've got the super kick, deal damage, make 34 multiplied gems into black. So you are primarily hitting black. The other moves don't quite work together with this one, so there's not one where you can make them blue, because the pedigree that turns gems blue is your color turn gem build, which is also not bad. Don't get me wrong, it just doesn't have the upward momentum on this one. So this is the whale version, and I'm going to scale it back. Don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you guys you got to have all of these to get there, but this was already loaded, and so I'm going to run with it. So we're going to need Mr. Woods to get black moves start with 4 more MP. And yes, that does mean he needs a prop or a top line build, because I just want to show you the damage, and then I'm going to scale it back and back and back and back from there. Sherry. Otherwise, you put Damian Priest right here, and you're good to go. And then the other Acro New Gen, Seth Rollins, and Uncle Howdy. So yes, this is the Whaley Wonka version if we're talking Professor's world here. 100% gym damage strap, a Z plate, and the blue Royal Rumble plate. So that's like everything except for his new plate and gear and moment, which means he can still hit harder than all of this, right? He can still do it. But all you got to do is swap out Damian Priest, Judgment Day version, and you're starting loaded turn 1, and you can do some things. So I just got to show it this way, and then we'll scale it back. All right, so we're going to put down the countdown gems on the bottom row. There we go. Retro Rhea. Yeah, he does look like Retro Rhea, kind of. Then we're going to lay these down. You're going to make 5 gems into blue gems. But since they're countdowns, you know what you got to do. You got to do a match. You got to do a 5 match. There's a lot of stuff right here that could turn against me. I think that'll work. I think that'll work right there. Okay. Hopefully I won't. Gosh dang. Okay, but I cascaded, but I didn't fatally cascade. So now the whole board is full of times 10s, and we're going to hit the finisher, or actually not even the finisher, it's just the blue move. All those time 10s are going to break. Then we're going to drop the blue gems. And what do we get? 52 million. So that's 110. All right, with the proper upgrade to gold, the trainers hitting right, all that, would be about 105, 110 million. So that's a good start. That's a good start. What do you think, Rusty? Are you a believer yet?
I don't know. It just seems like okay. Here's my thing. As with all of our power ratings, we'll adjust some of these trainers. I still need to see more because, like, take the Royal Rumble plate's got to come off.
Done.
You know,
Already there.
Maybe I don't because you don't have the plate. I was gonna say maybe the new black deal a black move, increase your black gem damage. I think that would be great because I think a lot of people are gonna be able to get that this weekend. And it won't be a rare thing. Also, a reminder, Damian Priest now does +2 MP and +2 multis. So he's
at gold. You got to get him to 6 gold, though. So that is the trick here. That is the trick.
Okay. We may have to boost some of our Entourage members for our content accounts so that we can show, like, full Entourage strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they'll say that that's the benefit of being able to use the candy store account, but you know,
I'll just level them up myself. I'll start doing some tours. Go play that Backlash tour.
There you go. All right, so same build but more reasonable. So we've got Wood still. Now we got Damian Priest with black moves. Start with 2 more, so that's going to start him loaded turn 1 in all generations. It'll be fine. And then right now it's just increase multi-gem strength by 1. I'm leaving Seth on there, the other new gen Seth, just to give him a little bit of a boost that way. And then we've got Zombie Gunther because I can't do black gems do 40% plus multi with, you know, because that's CM Punk, Zombie CM Punk, I think. So that's super, super rare. And so this is one more rare thing overall, and I took off the Royal Rumble plate. The Z plate we've already pretty much decided is not a rare thing, and keep in mind his gear will give you 100% more gem damage if you get the gear, which we're going to talk about again, the prize wall, and the moment, which seems to be somewhat accessible. Like, if I haven't had a lot of time in the game this week, but it looks like if you win the blitz one time, you get it. Like, you just got to have a bunch of people at 6-star silver that you probably don't have at 6-star silver, right? Am I reading that the right way, Rusty?
Yeah, you are. And it's the people that they're giving away free each week. So you have a lot of time. You have your Master Manager
the whole
contest.
month.
You have your talent ups. There's no race to do it.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. So it seems like the moment won't even count as a rare thing, basically. All right, so then we're going to hit that same old shuffle sidekick there. It's not going to blow up all the other stuff. So now you're talking 24 million. So those rare things, they do add up. They do add up. So let's just round that to 25. You double it. Plus, if your trainers are gold, they would have done more. Like Zombie Gunther would have hit more blue damage, etc. So you're talking 50 million. It's decent.
So to
50
me,
million.
this is he's an A tier superstar because you can put the best stuff on the A tiers and get them to hit like S, but if you don't have it, the A tiers fall. I mean, it
Right.
feels like that's kind of the model, if
Yep.
you will, right? That they're like,
They're all
okay,
Voltrons.
we want to give you decent stuff, but we also want to give you some incentive to add pieces to them and
Yeah.
make them better.
Right. Right. I think that's the way it is. And Showtime Chemo, we don't have the plate on this account yet. There's some vacationing happening that we can't
Yeah.
control, and it is what it is. And then somebody, I lost it as it scrolled up, said that what about his gear? I thought his gear only did 50% to blue, but if you look in game, it does say gems do 100% more damage. Zandal has the gear and has confirmed for us that gems do 100% more damage with that. So keep in mind, that was 50 million, no moment, no his plate, and no his gear. So I can't say he's going to be easily over 60 million, and that would be a lot of things to keep adding, right? But the reality is, if you have the Whaley things, you can get Seth to hit around 125 million with everything. We have to do a little bit of math because we're not on the gold account. If you don't have his Whaley things, he does about 50 million. So you're going to hit somewhere in that range between 50 and 125 million, depending on how many parts of the Voltron you've got. So
I think those parts are very accessible to play to win this weekend.
I would agree.
More so than most A tiers parts.
Yep.
So
Yep.
take note, friends. Don't turn the game off this weekend and feel like everything's out of reach. I think you really could get this stuff.
Yep, I do too. And especially because this radical revolutionary prize wall, is this the right one here?
That's right, with the pretty mountains.
I know, I love the 90s graphics. So Rusty has confirmed for us that these two prices were not correct, but they are going to let them stand. They were not correct.
The gear price was correct. The gear price was correct. It's just the plate. But both
just
are
the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means we really can't consider either of these two things rare, because the Hell in the Cell gear is, what Rusty was saying is, if you are in a decent faction and you just do all of your tours this weekend, you should be able to get at least that. And you might also be able to get the time to get radical plate as well. And so that's 100%, that's 200% more damage. So if we did 50 million, that will get you to 60 million. And I don't think that those are going to be considered rare now based on this.
Right.
So do you think that's fair? Am I
think it's
looking
very
at that
fair.
wrong?
I think it's very fair because I'm not sure you're even going to have to spend to get the plate, because if you have the CSS to do the tours, you get 1650 medallions. So let's say you don't have all the CSS. Let's say you get 1200. So you're halfway
Right.
to the plate. And then I think the showdown, it's baked into the showdown milestones. You're going to get another 1200. So
Yeah.
the plate is free, my friends. If you play, you got to play the game though. So
Yeah. You got to play the game. So
I love it. Patrick says, pretty attainable. That's a good
very
way to put it.
obtainable. Yes. So here's my quandary. So on the rare things scale, we've scaled them back to one rare thing, which is Seth Leonardo. That's the trainer. Everybody else should have the other three pretty well. Maybe you don't have Damian Priest Judgment Day, but he's been pretty obtainable for the last few months. Gunther was given out free, and you could get him to 6-star gold for playing. You could easily get him into the 6-star realm by playing. 6-star gold was a stretch, but still, you could pretty well get him up. And by the way, Gunther would help out a little bit more if this account had him at 6-star gold. So that's one rare thing. Here's something I have to ask, though. So I can do the math in my head very quickly. You can confirm it all for me. But if the gear and plate are not considered rare, I've never done this before, but if we go over to the sheet and I flip over to Seth Rollins, I don't know if I need to put him as a 4 or a 5 for the first time. Because this is not as cut and dry as this always is for the power. So,
got to vote.
Rusty, I think we got to do a vote. We've got to do a vote. Yeah. So here's the vote. If you say he's a 5, that would mean that my math is correct, and he will hit right at, little over 60 million with gear, with plate, and with Seth Leonardo, the one rare thing he's going to have on there. So
what do we
if
call
you think
this category? Strength? Power?
This is power. Yeah, we put power. Strength, damage would probably be a better overall, but power, yeah.
And we're really only voting 5 or 4.
We're only voting 5 or 4. Yeah. So if you vote 4, that means you think my math is off, or you don't think that the gear and plate are as accessible, or basically free to play as
Lightning Poll is live. I think even if you are free to play, you will acquire, if you play, at least the plate this weekend.
Yeah.
I really believe that. I really do.
Yep. This is the only way for us to be fair. Yes, somebody said all that for just 60 million, but this is how we're being fair. Like, this is being fair to the community by putting it into your hands,
right?
Giving you the voice, you the decision on this.
Also, yes, someone said all that for 60 million. Yes, this is what A-tier superstars require. This is what Tiffany Stratton required. This is what, the Dudley, Bubba Ray Dudley.
Double Ray Bubbly.
Devon is the A tier. Devon required the Bubba plate and the Devon plate and the moment and the strap. So it's like, yes, that's what A tiers. Literally one vote. It's like one vote separates 4 and 5.
Wow.
I think we have to just power rate him with no plate. Assumedly, I don't know. I mean, I bet everyone on the stream will get the plate.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, the community voted 5. So
I misread. I thought 4-1. I was like, well, this is
no. Community voted 5. Community voted 5. Now the next one is cut and dry for me nicely. It's speed, and so for a 5, at least 2 of the following need to be true. MP charges equal to or lesser than 6. They're not. There's 7 MP moves. Moves recycle flawlessly, they do, and or animations are quick, resulting in a win under 45 seconds. The precedent for this would be tie goes to the runner, so to speak, that when you have to do a countdown, when you have to do a 5 match, things like that, 1, it's not guaranteed to be as quick, but 2, if you cascade, you screw up the cycle, so it moves to a 4. So just giving it away, but it's going to be a 4, because at least 2 of the following are true. MP charges 7 or less, yes. Recycle flawlessly, yes. Animations are quick, yes, depending on cascade. But again, the other 2 things are true. You should win under 60 seconds, but it's going to depend on your cascade. So that's going to be a 4. Whoops.
He's starting to remind me more and more of The Miz.
Yeah?
I don't know. Is that a fair comparison?
I mean, yeah, if you get some things, The Miz is super great, and then same there. So,
but the cascade risk never goes away.
Cascade risk never goes away. That's right. Never. That is the trick. And also, shout out to JD Nash, who's on the sheet now. JD Nash manages that main landing page that is so useful, and big thanks there for that. All right, so now we're on readiness. So readiness means that a character needs special things. Like, how many things do they need to get to their top end damage? Now, we're just talking about the 60 million damage. his readiness can tank, and you can get him up to 110 million damage like easily. But what we're talking about is to hit that 60 million damage, what did he need? At least Seth Leonardo, and then again, you have the option on voting on, okay, does that mean that the gear and the plate are rare? You can add Sherry, a midline bonus, Uncle Howdy, Seth Leonardo, plate, gear, and moment, and he can go through the roof. But again, he doesn't, like, it doesn't take all that just to hit 60 million. That just makes him hit in the 120-ish million range. So it's in your hands. A 5 means he needs 0 to 1 special things. A 4 needs 2 special things. A 3 needs 3, and a 2 needs 4. So that's up to you, Rusty. I'm pitching it your way.
Lightning Pole is live, and let me just say this: if you protest that power score, this is your place to vote in your protest. If you're saying no, he shouldn't have gotten a 5. Then you say, well, the reason why is because Seth Leonardo, or the calculation of the new black plate. So now you say that's 2 things. He goes down to 4, right? Or if you get, so there is a place to quote protest and to adjust the score, and I think readiness is where you do it. I think based on the disagreement in the chat from the people that voted for on power, readiness is how you adjust that. Is that fair to say, Lee?
I think that's fair. I think
David
that's
Bowie from Labyrinth. That's the inspiration for this. Someone just said it, and I totally agree. Big love. 198138. Who just ate a large pepperoni pizza.
Whoa.
He did. He told me in chat that he just finished a pepperoni pizza.
Oh,
which I'm also eating a pepperoni pizza. So we are pizza pals tonight. Big love.
I didn't eat the pizza, but I got some Domino's right here that I've been. When you were driving the stream, that's what I was trying to do was eat. So we're all pizza.
Domino's right here.
Oh, look at you!
Tonight's stream sponsored by Domino's. Sponsor of Champions Chat.
Wow, I wish. I'll take it. I'll take it. My mom worked for Domino's for a number of years, so I used to eat Domino's pizza a lot. So,
you're a loyalist.
Yeah. All right, so here's the next one. It's versatility. Versatility means for a 5, the character would need to be competitively usable in feud, boss, and showdown. And pretty much everybody has special gems now, so that doesn't matter. For a 4, character would need to be competitively usable in 2 out of the 3 of feud, boss, and or showdown. And for a 3, character is competitively usable in 1 feud, boss, or showdown, but may occasionally be a sleeper for boss. So Rusty, go ahead and put up the poll, and then tell me why. What do you think about David Bowie, Chris Mike, Freak Angel, Jim Carrey, Seth Rollins?
What is the category? We were talking Domino's in the chat.
It's versatility.
Okay, versatility is coming here. I misspelled it, but we're gonna.
That's fine. Versatility. We know what you mean.
Versatility lightning poll is live. Lee, are there any modes that you would not want to take Shady Uncle Gary into?
Shady Uncle Gary. Wow.
Did you see where I pinned? He is the stepdad you never wanted. Like this version of Seth.
Wow.
The hair, the chest hair. He probably drives like a T-top Thunderbird, something like that. Midlife crisis.
He reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite's uncle. If he had a little bit longer hair, Uncle Rico. That's right. What were we saying?
Are there any modes? Because the versatility score's plummeting right now, Lee. You better vie for it if you think.
I don't think he'll do good in Showdown. I think he'll do fine in Boss, and it just depends on Feud as long as he doesn't cascade. But when he hits, he's going to hit hard. So personally, I would be in the 4-ish range, but I respect a 3. That's what the community says.
He's a one-trick pony? Is that what it is? What is it, just Feud? Quick feuds? Is that what I'm thinking?
No, I mean, I don't know. Boss multi plus black will do really good with boss battle, but
That's a rare combo. Black and multi is not because like it comes up in Gemmania quite a bit, and I
yeah,
usually struggle with that combo.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, the community has voted and spoken, and he is a 3. So,
Seth. This is the Seth that goes for smokes and never returns, Zendel says. Oh my
trying to laugh like
gosh.
Seth. All right. His
After
last
dragging.
element to the power rating is his entourage ability, which is a trainer. Moves that generate countdown gems will create 4 more countdown gems.
Ooh.
Blue gems do 40% more damage. So moves that
Oh.
generate countdown create 4 more. Blue gems do 40% more damage. So if that's
So
a
he's kind of like
5,
yeah, he's kind of like Solo Sokoa in
a little
in one
bit, except for
sense,
Solo's a coach. So
right?
Solo's
Right.
ability as a coach is more rare, more important. I don't know. I don't want to comment
Right.
yet, but yeah, he is very similar in that regard. So for a 5, essential trainer coaching ability that you want to like have on everybody you possibly can that needs that type of gym. For a 4, he'd be widely used and it helps the characters reach their full potential. For a 3, it'd be a niche trainer coaching ability. You're not really going to use it that much, but it's going to be valuable when you need it. And for a 2, trainer or coaching ability offers something if you are missing other trainers and coaches that could do the job better, basically.
Right. I'm
Ike
getting the
Kurgan
poll
says
ready,
the 4 countdown gems is the ability of King of Kings Triple H.
which is a
So,
paid character.
which is a paid, ongoingly paid character. You
Lightning
always
Poll
have
is
to do that.
live.
So,
Lightning Poll is live.
yeah.
I mean, okay, so 4 countdown gems, to my knowledge, would really help. What, Butch? Maybe we haven't
Ooh,
tested Butch.
like old,
Um,
like a brawling Butch.
yeah, like Butch. He's turning countdowns to like red, so he has more. I mean, I don't. There's got to be somebody coming out in the future that we're gonna go crazy for, but I don't know who that is. It's not Ghostbuster Cena. I tested him, and it's not. He's still in like 35 million damage at 6 gold,
Yeah.
unless
I
I
don't
did
have
something way
Twitch
weird.
app. Just real quick before the poll ends, we rated Solo as a 4 for his entourage ability.
Oh, okay.
So,
But see, with Solo, you can take 6 MP any color because he's a coach, right?
right,
So, or eight
right.
MP if you stack those trainer. I mean, so you can use them on anybody. Seth is cutting into your MP. He's not giving you MP, which I always say if you're a trainer, I want at least 2 MP if you're going to
Yeah,
get a 5 from me.
yeah.
3 unanimously, Lee.
Well, so then we've got a score of
Well, it
6,
can be lower than 4. It
10,
can't. It can be lower.
19.
See, let me just say this: it can't be lower than 4. It can be
Yeah, I can.
because he's
Because he's,
taking away an MP opportunity.
right.
So
He's a
he's
trainer, Solo
not
as a coach.
right. Yeah. So
Yeah,
they don't. It's not an even comparison because you're going to have to choose: do I run Mello or Seth?
right.
Do I run 4 MP or 0 MP and make a bunch of countdowns? So yeah, so that's a high price to pay to get. We do not have a OP countdown gym superstar. We just don't.
Yeah,
So until we do, then maybe Seth's stock rises in the next MLC. We don't know.
right. Well, so that puts him as a 19 out of 25, which means he's tied with JD McDonough. He's
Very
one
fair.
below DX Shawn Michaels Army,
Oof.
one below Solo Sokoa, tied with Best There Ever Will Be Striker Brett, tied with Solo
Very
Sokoa, the
fair.
purple version with Drip,
Very fair.
and would be, well, let me move this over here, would be better than Tongaloa, that's for sure, but a little bit worse
Yeah.
than Cowboy Bob. So there you
Oh.
go.
I gosh, to me that feels very fair.
Better than Final Boss Rock.
Disagree. I love it. I
Seth
think,
over Final Boss Rock.
yeah. I mean, I think as an A tier superstar, this is the correct power rating because we don't want to deceive the community into thinking when they earn this Seth that they're going to have his moment unlocked and maxed in his plate and his gear and 150% gym strap and Uncle Howdy and share because they most
Right.
of the community will not have all of that ready to put on him. And so if we vote these A tier guys 25s, 20s, 22s, right? They're going to boo us out of the building and say, "This is terrible. I don't have any of this stuff.
Right.
You totally duped me, Champions Chat. You duped
Whoa.
me."
Whoa.
So we've got to be honest and provide this kind of even what can feel harsh, a harsh score, a low score. Somebody's got to get a low score if this thing is fair and
Yeah.
accurate,
Which I
right?
think it is. I think it is.
Totally
So,
agree. I'm still not
well,
high on Seth. I'm still not a Seth guy.
I didn't convince you.
If he would have
Well,
broke 20, you might have had me. But he didn't. You're
yeah,
right on the line. You're right
he's
there.
right there, just so close. Well,
Yeah. I
that
just don't
does
want anybody
mean
mad
that
at us.
the superior acro new gen era Seth Rollins poster in the game, the fact that there are multiple of those blows my mind. The superior one is still Seth Rollins Leonardo, who is a perfect 25 out of 25. Chris Angel Mind Freak Radical Revolutionary 19 out of
Yeah.
25.
I
So
think that's right. I think
yeah,
that's right. I would stand by
you
this
got it right.
score. I would
Yeah.
stand by this score.
I would too. I agree. I think the community's got it right. Well, Rusty, take us out on this video then.
Every Friday night, we're going to be in. Well, we're going to be online on Twitch. I was going to say we're going to be in your house, but I was
We'll
like,
be
no,
in
no,
your
no.
house.
We'll go
How'd
back
you
over
get
to
in
that.
there?
Remember when that was? It was called WWF in your house.
In your
Remember when
house?
that
Oh
was
yeah,
like?
yeah. I know. I got the reference.
We won't be in your house. We might be on your mobile device. Join us in the chat so that you can cast your vote, so you can lift your voice, and so that you can help us get these power ratings right. And can I just tell you, friends, it's never fun to like give a person a lower score. Like that doesn't. I take even as a outspoken Seth Rollins detractor, I take no pleasure in seeing that score tonight. But I think you got it right. So
I think we
we'll
did
see you
too.
next time, friends.
All right. Bye.